Well, I would like that you are the president of ATSA. Can you explain us what is ATSA and how ATSA is involved in this Congress?
Okay. Well, ATSAF is an organization which is German-based and which combines the expertise of all researchers working on development-oriented agricultural research in the tropics and subtropics, particularly with an emphasis on hunger eradication and poverty eradication, which is part of the Millennium Goals. And we are combining all this expertise. We are providing a hub for those people to network. We are trying to foster discussions. We try to counsel governmental organizations as far as our expertise is asked for. We have competence teams which are available for any kind of counseling for policy development or shaping research. And a large emphasis of ATSAF is placed on promoting young scientists to come into this kind of field of research. One of our main targets are the CG centers, and we would like to link up with them. We would like to have a more German presence in shaping research and also in collaborating with the CG centers, and that's a large part of our activities. You student reporters are also part of that, of course. Okay. Student reporters is a relatively new activity, which we have just started this year, first time under the head of ATSAF, and we hope that it also promotes young scientists in a kind of sideline of agricultural research, so that we get more people interested in informed reporting on issues and asking critical questions and so on. That's what we want. ATSA's involvement in Tropentag is that originally the idea of Tropentag was coming out of the former members of ATSAF and has then been over the years more and more established in a way that ATSAF has a lead role in providing the basic infrastructures, in obtaining a large part of the funding, together always in collaboration with the local host of the Tropentag, which is moving on between 5 or 6 different universities. And we have attracted a couple of new members, like last year Zurich was the first time, the year before Hamburg as a new place. And in 2014 we have also as a new member the University of Prague, who is going to host the Tropentag. So we are widening the scope towards more European activities, but we try to keep it centered around Germany so that travel is not so expensive and people can actually reach the places.
Since that Tropentag is growing, as you say, how important will be this year? I mean, in the presence of students and researchers.
You mean the number of people we are expecting? Well, so far as I know, we have about 1,150 registrations for this Tropentag, which experience shows that not all of them will actually come. But we are counting on about 800 to 900 participants, of which normally about 50% are students, maybe more. It's a little bit difficult to say because a PhD student is not really a student anymore. Yeah. It's a researcher. Mm-hmm. So, but it's a young scientist going into his field of work and into his field of research, and that is the interface we would like to promote. We have a lot of members from the CG centers. We have a lot of established scientists, professors who are coming, and more we get people from abroad interested in the topics, and they want to know what is the current mainstream of research or the sidelines of research for the tropics and subtropics, which the Tropentag is actually providing. So we will have about 500 contributions, of which roughly about 120 or so will be orals, and the rest will be posters. Up to 400 posters are possible, and I think that most of them will be also presented. And that means that, always over the last years, between 65 and 70% of the presentations were posters. And posters are made by young scientists, and we provide a large forum for this. There will be a total, I think, of 4 1.5-hour poster sessions where this research of these young people has a chance to be seen, to be discussed, and also to be guided into future efforts.
I would like to ask you which are the more controversial topics that you expect that will show up in this event?
Well, as you know, the focus this year is people on the margin, and that was chosen by the local host, the University of Bonn, as a focal point for this year's conference. So I'm pretty sure that we will have a lot of interesting keynotes and interesting discussions in the plenum, which will try to discuss how to empower people who are marginalized through whatever activities at the moment, be it globalization, be it climate change, food insecurity, lifestyle, if you think about nomadic ethnic groups. So this will be, I'm pretty sure this will be an important discussion point. But of course controversial discussions are always there, such as bioenergy versus food, for example. Yeah? Is climate change really happening, or is that just a new surge of variability? That's an old discussion going on. What does food security actually imply? Do we have to go for more local, smallholder, decentralized systems, or do we have to emphasize on large production units? Where are the benefits? Where are the constraints? What are opportunities? These are controversial discussions among the research community, and the Tropentag is one of the fora which allows this type of discussion and helps shaping ideas, shaping paradigms, also paradigm shifts, of course. And I think that we have a very good hub for discussions there, which may not always be reflected in all of the contributions, of course, because science is very broad. But this is the typical feature of the Tropentag, that along the sessions, within the plenary, within the coffee breaks, over the dinner, these things are discussed, and people start relating to each other and building networks and formulating also new ideas. And I think that is a very good feature of Tropentag.
Okay. Yeah, it seems that with all the participation and different institutions is a good opportunity for the young students and research that are coming in this tropics area, let's say. Well, that's very good of this Congress. And because the participation is mostly young researchers, I would like to ask you as the last question, what you can advise to these beginners, let's say, in the presentation or in the presentation of oral session or in the posters. What could be your advice for them?
Well, my advice always is use the potential of the Tropentag as much as you can. People coming there are open for discussion, are approachable. That's the main idea of the whole thing. So just because somebody is a professor, Dr. Hartze, I don't know what, doesn't mean that you can't talk to him or her. So it's very important to take the opportunity, try to attract attention, and also try to get into discussions to see if there is future collaboration possible, what people think of your work, where they see advantages, where they see future elaboration of the topic maybe, and also find out what are the people actually up to, what are they doing right now, yes. Where are the future projects, is there something interesting. It's also in the end a job market. The more you network, the more people you get to know, and the more people get to know you, the better you are established within the network. And that's my advice. And the other thing is, don't be so nervous when you do your oral presentations, because everyone has to start at some point in time, and just stick to the 10 minutes. That's also a very important thing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.